Hey guys, I'm Trevor Knight, quarterback of the Oklahoma Sooners. We're here at Headington Hall, right across the street from the stadium, just a quick walk from campus. It's the best place to live, not only in the Big 12, but I think in the nation. So let's go take a look. So here we are in the living room of Headington Hall, just off the doors, right when you walk in. And here's where you can just come down and relax, you know, do a puzzle, sit in front of the fire on a cold day, or even read a trigonometry book. So here we are in the Sam Bradford training table, where you got everything you could possibly want to eat. You got a salad bar over here. You got your main course over here where you got chicken, all the dishes you could ever want. You can make a sandwich. You've got pizza over here with pasta, anytime you want that stuff. And then if you work your way over this way, this is my personal favorite section. It's the stir-fry section. I come over here when maybe they don't have something I like. You can always count on stir-fry being perfect. We got JP sitting here. What's up, baby? Ty? Big Blake Bell, having a little lunch. Now we're here in the game room. This is a place where you can just come down and relax, you know, have a little fun, get away from studying, getting away from football, play a little pool, play a little ping pong, and just have a little fun. You ever wanted a theater in your own home? Well, here at Headington Hall, we've got one. You walk right down the stairs, basically right outside your room, and you're in this place. Here we are. Welcome to my room. This is where me and my roommate Ty Darlington, the center, we stay. See the big spacious living area where we can just kind of relax. I got my recliner here that I got at the Sugar Bowl. Sit down, kick back, relax, watch some football, some basketball when our guys are playing. Big spacious living area. More than enough room that you need with the desk and the bigger bed. And also you get your own room. I get sick of Ty sometimes, so every once in a while I'll come in here and just close the door and be to myself. We got a big bathroom where we each get our own shower, our own sink, so you don't have to worry about, you know, your roommate getting all nasty for you. And this is my favorite part of the dorm. We got the kitchen. Now, Coach Tiff, our nutritionist, she's constantly telling us eat healthy, eat healthy, eat healthy. This is kind of our little spot to hide the good stuff. It's a great place to live. Enjoy having people over just to hang out, but it's a fun time, really nice. It's a great place to be. Well, that wraps up the tour of Headington Hall. You don't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. I got to head to practice, which luckily for me, is right across the street.
Thank you, Trevor Knight, for the excellent tour. And Headington Hall is completely funded by the OU Athletic Department, housing 380 students. Over half are non-student athletes. But Headington Hall, not the only resource athletics has provided, as in the last 13 years, the department has contributed over $46 million to academics here at the University of Oklahoma, and one Sooner football player is taking full advantage. The University of Oklahoma is known for having one of the most successful athletic departments in the country, but it's also home to one of the top petroleum engineering programs in the world.
We're among the top rated in the nation because of our people and our facilities. There's no question, there's no lab that compares to what we have here, the experience that our students get, either in university or in industry.
They have all the resources here at the university that we need, whether it be experimental data, labs, you know, library resources. They just have it all.
Offensive lineman Sam Grant is taking full advantage of the opportunities provided for him at Oklahoma, balancing football and pursuing a degree in petroleum engineering.
I don't know how he does it. Apparently he gets up in the morning, lifts weights at, what, 5:30 in the morning? And then comes to class, his blood is still running in his veins, manages to stay awake, and then he has lab classes. And so Sam participates in the lab actively, hasn't missed a lecture yet, and he's a hard worker.
Just managing my time, working with people from class, friends I've met throughout the program, and, you know, just managing my time pretty much. It's hard, but it's fun doing both.
For the native of North Royalton, Ohio, the University of Oklahoma was the perfect fit, providing him the chance to succeed both on the football field and in the classroom.
You walk around here and there's just everything you could ever ask for, whether it be, technology, the faculty, all the resources they have here is huge.
The Sooner Athletic Department strives for their student athletes to achieve great things, but not just on their field of play. By providing many resources to academics at OU, the hope is to prepare those student athletes for what's next after sports.
Well, obviously the university wouldn't be here if it weren't for education, and obviously football wouldn't be here if it weren't for, the whole university setting. And I think it's great that they give back and just expand the whole university as a whole.
We welcome you back to the annual spring football game at the University of Oklahoma, presented by U.S. Fleet Tracking. It's 14-13 White. Justice Hanson throwing touchdown passes to Taylor McNamara and to the Dogs. Here at Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, we're here with one of the all-time great receivers in Sooner history, Mark Clayton. What's it like for you to come back?
It's amazing. To be honest, this is probably the biggest spring game crowd that I've ever seen.
What was spring like for you as a player around here?
It was huge. It's a big deal here because, a lot of what we do and how we practice and our mentality is like we practice very hard, and it makes the games easy. And so this is a really big deal for us, like with the inter-squad scrimmage.
This is such a family here at the University of Oklahoma with former players, of course, Coach Stoops and the coaching staff. Yeah. You've been around the world. You've played in the NFL now. Do you always feel like this is home when you come back? Yeah, absolutely. For me, coming out of high school, coming to Oklahoma, I wasn't a high recruit, and I was an undersized guy and all that. And so what happened was with the staff and my teammates and everybody around helping build a fire, and create a miniature beast, if you will, and be able to go on and do everything that I've done. This is the beginning for me. Spent time in the NFL, played with former Sooner Sam Bradford with the Rams. Now what are you into? You've got a startup operation out of Dallas, right? Yeah, absolutely. It's Live Headphones. And so after breaking some headphones, trying to run routes and play hard, I decided to invent my own headphones. And so I invented some over-ear headphones. We look forward to seeing the product, Mark. Always look forward to seeing you here. We appreciate you stopping by with us. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Mark Clayton, one of the great receivers in Sooner history. We're at halftime of the spring football game presented by U.S. Fleet Tracking.
From Apopka, Florida, and I'm here to show you around the Everest Indoor Training Facility. Here along the walls, you can see the Big 12 Championship banners all up. You can see the National Championship banners down there along the south end zone. This is where your career begins when you come in as a freshman in the summer, and then it's where it ends when you wrap your career up here at OU at Pro Day. All right, so now we're here in the Seafried weight room in the Switzer Center. This is where we're trying to put on weight, get bigger and stronger. Where Smitty's pushing us along with the other coaches. This is really where we put the work in. This is where we win championships in the weight room.
And also, he is also Trevor Knight's roommate, Ty Darlington.
He is, and when he talks about Smitty, that's Jerry Schmidt, the strength coach, and he works with every player. He has a relationship with every player on the football team. And Jerry Schmidt has won national championships at Florida, Notre Dame, and Oklahoma. One of the absolute best in the business, and he's really done a great job of taking boys and turning them into men when they come from high school and matriculate here at Oklahoma.
Well, we talked to Bob Stoops, obviously, in the first half, and we'll be doing that in the second half. Also, at the beginning of the game, we talked about the fact that Trevor Knight had a camera on his helmet. It's not on now. They decided to take it off. So we decided to give you a look to see what Trevor was seeing in that first half. It is kind of an interesting perspective.
Yeah, it is. And this is what
you need some Dramamine, but
Well, people say, okay, why can't the quarterback see that guy wide open? Are you kidding me? It's like rush hour in Manhattan. All the big bodies are in front of him, and these guys are, you have offensive linemen 6'5" to 6'9", and sometimes seeing down the football field obviously isn't as easy as you think it might be, and that's kind of the bird's eye view of what Trevor Knight was seeing.
I want to remind you, join Soonersports.tv now for the ultimate access during the 2014 OU football season. Your premium subscription includes a live second screen experience during games, full game archives, exclusive classic content, and a lot more. Annual packages are now available for as low as $5 a month. Offer's not going to last very long, so you better sign up today at Soonersports.tv. And if you are a true Crimson fan, you'll want to get that. You know, we were talking about Jerry Schmidt. We also want to mention that Tiffany Bird is now running the nutrition side of Oklahoma.
Yes.
And you and I spent some time with her on Thursday, gave us even some samples of what they do. They're very concerned on how they feed the players and making sure they get the right things in their body. And Tiffany's convinced these guys to eat fruit. And when we walked in where she is after practice, tons of fruit being laid out.
Absolutely, and she's done a phenomenal job, and they are buying what she's selling.
Yeah.
Because they are getting refueled quickly with good food, wholesome food, and the players understand the value of that, and they see the results of it, so she's definitely got them believing for sure.
Of course, Tiffany, we thank her for giving us all that healthy snacks that we put on our Oreos as we were walking out.
Right, only a half a pack.
By the way, a crowd of over 43,000 on hand today, 43,500. And Trevor Knight would have had his head taken off on that play by Eric Striker.
Yep. And how about Striker in the Sugar Bowl? 3 quarterback sacks, and he forced an intentional grounding. And the tackle that he was operating against from Alabama will be a first-round draft pick in the NFL and couldn't block Eric Striker. And they never chipped. They never helped the tackle. Eric Striker ate his lunch.
Well, he also had the fumble recovery for a touchdown versus Oklahoma State. So a loss of 6 on the play. Again, it is Striker.
Striker strikes again.
Well, you know, you and I had the Louisiana Monroe game, first game of the year, and we had a little taste of Mr. Eric Striker, and we walked away very impressed.
Well, he's got a low pad level, and he has great body lean, and he just uses his hands, a little rip move. Boy, I'm telling you, he makes himself smaller. He'll turn at the right time and give you no hitting surface. He's a handful on the edge. He's big time.
Yeah, 3 wide receivers to the right on 3rd down and 25. White leading 14-13. Red with the football, and again, the pass is knocked down.
Well, it was pressure from Tapper. So Striker on one edge and Tapper on the other, and all of a sudden it's tough to throw the football out of the pocket as a quarterback. And that's what Sooner fans can look forward to, that front 7 of Mike Stoops. He can, straight rush guys, or he can come up with exotic pressure packages, and it's going to be a lot to prepare for.
Well, Tapper didn't even practice on Thursday. Wasn't sure if he was going to play today, but he is in the ball game. And Jed Barnett with a kick. A pretty good one. Down to the 32-yard line. We were talking about the defense, and by the way, congratulations to Mike Stoops, who was the recruiter of the year for 2013.
Yeah.
But this is how his defense improved last season from the previous year.
And the thing that's remarkable when you look at these numbers, midstream he changed his defensive configuration. I mean, he went to a 3-4 package, and a lot of it, some of it was out of necessity, and some of it was basically fitting the versatility of his personnel. And they are so multiple and so versatile, and it really is impressive what they did midstream, and the players responded. I thought last year was a great lesson to all the Oklahoma Sooners in terms of dealing with adversity, and then making adjustments, and then getting validated by winning those 4 games and winning the Sugar Bowl. I mean, that's big time. And a lot of guys in this football team experienced that life lesson last year.
And Daniel Brooks now in the backfield. Baker Mayfield at quarterback, 5 for 5 in that first half. Handoff left side. Just kind of following up on Mike Stoops again. Last year led the Big 12 in total defense. First time since 06. Also led the Big 12 in pass defense. Talking to him today, he said this is the best 2 deep he's ever had here for the 2014 season on defense.
And that's key, because when somebody goes down, invariably somebody is going to have an injury and go down. Next man up. And you don't want to have a major drop-off, and that's what Oklahoma's done. They've built that roster depth.
Mayfield facing 4-man pressure, gets touched, and he's going to lose a few on the play. Jordan Wade doing a nice job from that defensive tackle spot. And joining us again, head coach Bob Stoops. Bob, your defensive improvement last year and how it's matured and how you've been tweaking things. You're better and faster at linebacker. Talk about your defensive improvement.
Yeah, it all begins up front. We're much bigger and stronger now up front. Guys are really now, it's the first year, it's a full year into our 3-4 system, and we're just much more versatile, stronger, faster up front. We've got bigger players on the backer, outside backer spots. So it's coming along.
You know, the thing that is impressive to me, Coach, you've got a laundry list of accomplishments, but never lost 2 regular season games in a row in 16 years. Never lost back-to-back regular season games. To me, that's a testament of you don't get too high, you don't get too low. That even keel nature of Bob Stoops plays big with your team.
Hopefully, I wish I had some wood to knock at you. I don't like talking about that. Hopefully, we can keep that going and don't even get one loss here and there.
All right, thanks, Bob. We'll be joining you again in a couple of minutes. Just a moment ago, we saw Austin Bennett with his 4th reception of the game. And again, Baker Mayfield showing that he does have an arm and once again can't play this coming season.
And there was a great adjustment to the football by Austin Bennett coming back on that football. And Austin Bennett's made some plays. He caught a touchdown pass. And you know, in the first half, Taylor McNamara had a couple of touchdown catches. And what's the well, this is McNamara. Yeah. Actually, on that play, that was Connor Knight making that play as a tight end. But in the first half, McNamara had a couple of touchdown catches. And I thought the defensive star was Jordan Evans. Yeah. You know, he made a tackle for loss on a big 3rd and 2, 3rd and short situation. He deflected a pass that a teammate Wade intercepted on the deflection. And a lot of guys, coaches are looking for players to flash and make plays and step up, and guys are doing it.
Mayfield looks left, throws it out into the flat. Pass is complete to Brooks. Brooks having a nice game and showing coaches a little something today. Gets inside the 40 before Reuben Hunter brings him down.
It's good to see Jordan Smallwood out there block. Yeah. You know, if you're a wide receiver and you don't have your hands on the football, do something for your teammate. And watch number 17 out here in the perimeter throw the block. And get his teammate involved and get him down the football field to make some extra yards. And that's what you have to do when you don't. What do you do without the ball in your hands? Everybody can perform with the ball in your hands.
I like the fact that after he made the block, was pushed aside, got right back into it again. Brooks again flies out of the backfield. Mayfield completes the pass down to about the 31-yard line. Connor Knight on the reception. Didn't have a catch last year. The sophomore also out of Ronald Reagan High School in San Antonio. Had an outstanding high school coach and a guy by the name of David Wetzel.
Up tempo goes Oklahoma on a 3rd and short.
Brooks, nice little stutter step. And he'll get the first down.
Brooks was the leading rusher in the first half at 37 yards on 4 lugs, over 9 yards a carry. The big rush that he had where he made somebody miss and accelerated inside the 5-yard line that led to the first touchdown. That he did a lot of damage on that play.
How about 6.7 yards a carry? That'll work. 1st and 10. Ball inside the 30, down at about the 28-yard line. For the white team, Mayfield looking for 6. Throws inside the 5. Touchdown, Jordan Smallwood.
Well, Mayfield went back shoulder, intentionally went back shoulder, and the football was found by Smallwood before the defender could react to it. So this was a great throw by an experienced quarterback. Watch Baker Mayfield. He's going to throw the ball to the back shoulder, short of the intended target intentionally, and Smallwood makes a reaction to the ball and makes a play on it before Devontae Bond can.
I think Stan Von Taylor is not going to want to see the tape on that one. Got turned around a little bit, couldn't find the football. And the White increases the lead to 20-13 and make it 21-13. So Baker Mayfield putting on a show here in the OU spring game. Jordan Smallwood with the touchdown.
When you block, you get rewarded.
Dulway. I'm a defensive lineman from Dallas, Texas, and today I'm going to be showing you guys Coach Stoops' office. We got, first of all, his family. That's him, his wife, 2 sons, and his daughter. Jimmy Johnson gave Coach Stoops a signed helmet of his. These are all of the game balls, the most recent one against Alabama, and we got the game ball from the national championship back in 2000. Over here, we have the famous box. This is just amazing. It's like I can hear angels just hollering. So he just sits here and just, with all his rings on, just watches TV. So I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. And my name is Chuka, and au revoir, mes amis.
Chuka speaks 3 languages, by the way, not only English, we heard his French, but also Ibo, which is a Nigerian dialect, and Chuka is of Nigerian descent. So he threw a little French at us there.
Yeah, au revoir, mes amis is goodbye, my friends.
Cody Thomas hooks it up with Derek Woods. And Woods with his 3rd reception here in the spring game.
Starting to stretch the field a little bit in the passing attack. And with some success, getting after it. That's what Oklahoma, the biggest improvement they want to do is chunk plays.
Want to be a little more efficient in that passing game. Nice little stutter step running by Keith Ford. Let's go down to the field. Here's Chad again.
Ron and Dave, appreciate it. Got Sterling Shepard, who's not playing in the spring game but has been here through the spring. Derek Woods just caught a pass, a guy that's going to emerge in the wide receiver rotation, you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we had a lot of horses in the stable last year. You got to see what he had in his tank at the Alabama game, making that unbelievable catch. So, yeah, we're looking at these guys.
What's it been like for you to have to sit out and watch today?
I hate watching. You know, I'm used to being in the huddle, being out on the field. It kind of sucks to watch, but now I'm kind of playing the coaching role, so.
Yeah, I saw you getting after Woods down the sideline, making sure he was running the right route.
Oh, yeah, you got to make sure everybody's doing the right thing.
You guys, Jalen Saunders will be going off to the NFL next year. Have you taken on more of an increased leadership role amongst the wide receivers?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so. I mean, I had a lot of leaders whenever I was younger. Kenny being my first leader kind of showed me the ropes, and then Jalen last year. So they kind of taught me the way to be a leader, and I'm trying to do the same thing.
How much fun is a day like this? You've been around the Oklahoma football family, your dad having played here, see some guys from the past come back, and it's just a big family kind of day.
Oh, yeah, definitely a family type of day. Sooner fans all out here supporting us. A lot more fans than last year, actually. And, you know, it's always great to see the guys that went to the league and are coming back now.
Sterling, thanks for joining us. Continued good luck with the recuperation.
Thank you.
Sterling Shepard, guys, back up to you.
All right, 51 receptions last year, 96 in his first 2 years, has 10 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons at Oklahoma. And I'll tell you what, Dave, if he keeps that up, he'll be one of the top 5 wide receivers in Oklahoma history.
Playmaker.
Absolutely. Thomas rifling the ball, caught. KJ Young. You know, you talk about returning touchdown receptions.
Right.
This may come as a surprise to people.
Yeah, Honeycutt is one of the touchdown receivers. Remember the fake field goal at Oklahoma State, an 8-yard reception, and Rukowski, fullback, H-back, tight end, had one last year, and Sterling Shepard had a couple of them. So it's they're looking for playmakers. They're looking for guys that you know, want to expand their roles from last year and be big factors this season.
I tell you, Honeycutt got slobber knockered after he caught that touchdown. That was a denture check there. On 3rd down and short. Nice job by the defense again. That'll be a loss of about a yard on the play. Eric Stryker again leading the charge. I don't think Keith Ford had any chance on that.
Yeah, Stryker is he is just one of these guys that has tremendous instincts, and he's unblocked. He decides, you know what? I'm not going to contain on the backside. I'm just going to come like a banshee down the line of scrimmage and disrupt and see what havoc I can cause. And he caused a bunch, and on 3rd down they have to settle for a field goal opportunity.
Eric Osick will try the field goal. They'll mark it at about the 29-yard line. This will be a 39-yard attempt. He's already seen Honeycutt with a booming leg today. Good snap, good hold.
No, pushed it.
Didn't get it. Now, we talked about the little Halloween party, talked about the pool party, but even when practice is going on, all of a sudden, Coach Stoops and the staff go, let's try something different. How about a little tug-of-war, offense versus defense at one point?
Yeah, it's bigs against bigs. You know, linemen go against linemen, of course, trying to make it equal size-wise. And then when you go one-on-one, it's also a bigger player against bigger player. Blake Bell right here winning the big battle, the one-on-one battle. And they did it during practices all through the spring and kept track of it. And you can see it's important to the players. And Blake Bell won his big individual match.
And Blake Bell, of course, is not playing in this ball game. Makes the move to tight end. I tell you, he actually likes the move. And when you look at it from an NFL standpoint, this gives him a better chance.
Well, absolutely. And his dad got drafted in the 4th round and played in the NFL at the tight end position. So, you know, it's definitely in the genes, as you'd say.
And Mike Stoops' defense doing a nice job in this ball game so far, chasing Justice Hansen around. Anoha, B.L. Lindley on the charge. I'll tell you, and they weren't going to use any expansive blitz package or anything today, but Mike was looking for guys on defense that can make plays.
And some of the cast of characters, Eric Stryker, no shock.
No.
Eric Stryker showed last year that he can make plays, and he's showing it again. But I do think that, Evans flashed with some plays at middle linebacker.
Can't drop passes like that. Austin Bennett's got a couple of catches today. Can't get the hands around that.
Yeah, he's got a touchdown reception and made a good adjustment on a football down the sideline for significant yards. Changed football field position a little bit.
Final 50 seconds here in quarter number 3. White leading 21-13. We'll have 12 minutes remaining when this quarter is over. And we'll get Dave's evaluation on a couple of things coming up in just a second here. Audible from the sideline. Here comes the pressure again, and he will be touched at the 15-yard line. Okoronkwo coming in from that jack position, the redshirt freshman out of Houston, Texas.
And I'll tell you, Bond was coming on the other side as well. Both edges, the pressure was significant, and he got to step up a little bit sooner, but there was pretty good pressure up the middle. And the guy that was a factor that did not allow the quarterback to step up was Charles Walker, who's been playing real well, the redshirt freshman. So there was good, significant pass rush across the board on that snap.
I tell you, one player that Dave Lapham loved watching in practice on Thursday was Charles Walker. He's beefed up. This is a guy that runs a 4.67 40.
Yeah, he's
at his size.
And you know, players that have gone against him during the course of the spring say he's a handful. So when you get that, that's the ultimate compliment. You know, going one-on-one against each other, and it's like, we think we have something special here with this guy. He just has to when he knows exactly what he's supposed to do and can go all out, he's unhandleable. But sometimes he's a young guy, so he's thinking too much instead of reacting. It has to be a scenario where at the snap of the football, he just goes. It's second nature to him.
Part of the crowd of over 40,000 on hand today, an absolutely perfect day. And, of course, the OU baseball team will be playing Texas here in about 25 minutes. And you can see the, I'll tell you what, 43,500.
Nice.
I think there's a lot of Division I schools that would like that during the regular season. They get it for the spring game. Alex Ross back into the backfield now for Oklahoma. This will be the final play of quarter number 3. Flag is thrown.
Striker was offside that time, or maybe there was an illegal procedure. Maybe it was a false start. He caused the tackle to flinch. Yeah, he did. He caused the tackle to flinch. I mean, he came up to the line of scrimmage, and St. John's working against him, the big Canadian that they've, number 55 in the red jersey. They trimmed him down and now beefing him back up. Good pass protector, good feet, long arms, but striker comes up to the line of scrimmage, and
Josiah moves there, huh?
And he flinches a little bit because he wants to get off on the ball. The striker's so quick off the edge.
Dave, I flinched up here when I saw him lining up. Come on. And that should do it, quarter number 3. And as we head to the final stanza, White leading the Red 21-13. The 2014 OU Spring Game is brought to you by U.S. Fleet Tracking. Anything that moves, anywhere.
Hey, what's up? My name is Daryl Williams. I'm number 79, play offensive tackle. We're in our wonderful locker room. These are the nice couches here. We got 8 TVs in here. I think we have 4 TVs in there. But our lockers, man, they're nice. We got our lock systems in where you put your phones and stuff in there so nobody can steal it. We got all these bars, man. Some are good. Some are builders, more builders. Oh, my God. You got coaches coming in here. You got trainers. Anybody, you know, that's welcome here, coming in here, get a snack because it's always good. This is where we chill, relax, hang out, fuel, eat, just play around with each other. So, hope you guys enjoy.
And then we had a shot at Tiffany Bird there. There's Daryl Williams, the big senior out of Lake Dallas, Texas, has had an unbelievable spring. And I think what stands out to all of us, and Bob Stoops joining us, he's pushing guys this year, Bob. I mean, he seems like he's turned into a great leader for you.
Daryl's really, you're very correct. You know, he's now on his 3rd year starting, and you know, just respected by the entire team, has played well, and he really took the role on this winter and was really one of the better leaders we've had all winter long.
Coach, I've heard other coaches talk about the spring that he's had. He's been so efficient with his technique, no wasted motion. He's playing at even a higher level for you, isn't he?
He's playing really well. He gets to go against Eric Striker and Charles Tapper every day.
Right.
And they'll make you improve your technique a little bit, and he likes it. You know, those guys get him sometimes, he gets them sometimes, and they like going against each other and competing every day.
All right, beginning the final 12 minutes here in the OU spring game in front of a crowd of over 43,000. Matt Diamond showing a little defense there. Coach, what has stood out to you so far through these first 3 quarters?
Well, it's been pretty fundamental and pretty sound. I know defensively we're not doing much, but I like the fact that we're playing a couple of our base structures that we always play without much blitzing, and guys are playing with, really pretty good technique. So, so anyway, that part of it's been really good.
So from what you can tell, I know you've got to study tape, but very few assignment errors, and the techniques and the fundamentals have all been pretty good for you. That's what you're looking for in the spring game, isn't it?
No question. Guys who play with good fundamentals, know what their assignments are, play assignment correct, who are going to play physical when they get opportunities to block people, to get off box, to tackle. All those kind of things are really those kind of fundamentals you really want to see.
Hey, Bob, one of the things that we've noticed since you've been here, and a lot of coaches do it across the country, but your players become involved in a number of different activities, including bringing Special Olympians and your team and you so involved in the community here in Oklahoma City and in Norman.
We really try to be taking kids to the Children's Hospital, going to read at different schools. We always have 12 to 16 players every summer go with our women's basketball team to Haiti and spend a week there over their vacation days between summer school and camp. So anyway, we do our best to introduce them to it.
All right, Bob, we'll be checking back with you before the game ends. Thanks for spending some time with us again. And also, Bob mentioned the Children's Hospital. Started going there in about 2000. He told us yesterday he still has coffee with a young girl he met when she was 12 years old. She's now cancer-free, and she's 22 years of age. And Bob just opens his heart as we have a player down on the field.
Dimitri Flowers, and it's not looking good, unfortunately. And that's this is the young man that came in as an early enrollee, and he's been playing so unbelievably well, so mature, so smart in his football acumen, and they thought that when you lose a player the caliber of Millard, that it's going to be a long time before anybody like that shows up again. And then this kid is the same type of guy with his approach to the game of football, and unfortunately he's getting some attention here.
An outstanding training staff led by Scott Anderson, who's been here 16 years, and the facilities here, if you are dinged up, they get you healed up quickly as possible. Great medical staff here at Oklahoma, and they're taking a look at that leg, and we're not going to speculate on it.
It's amazing. Last year, the team lost Trey Millard and then had to go to Kansas State, and they lose Sterling Shepard in the first quarter and win the football game. And then make adjustments and continue to win and play unbelievable football. So it's good to see him up, walking off the field under his own power. That's a really, really good sign all the time. And hopefully he's going to be fine.
There's a good look at Scott Anderson. I've had the pleasure of knowing him for the better part of a lot of years.
He's been here all 16 years with Bob Stoops.
Yeah, and he was there a long time before that, too. Yeah, he was here with Coach Switzer. Not saying that Scott is old, because I don't want him yelling at me after the game. Now they had to kick it away, and there'll be a change of possession. And we talked about the facilities here, and when players do get dinged up. And Dave is a former player with a lot of aches. You used to probably just sit in the big old aluminum tub filled with ice, right?
I never did. I tried to stay out of the tub. I was always told you can't make the club in the tub. So I took that real literally. But, this is phenomenal. I was very fortunate, knock on wood. I didn't really have that many real significant injuries. But, man, the way the equipment facilities they have here and the way they can rehab guys so quickly is just phenomenal.
Well, Justin Hansen comes back in at quarterback. Justice Hansen, the 6'4" freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma. And this game also a chance for some of the early enrollees who checked into Oklahoma in January, a chance to get their first collegiate action. I'm sure they're a little wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Thrown out in the flat. Smallwood with the reception. And we talk about those young players that did enroll in January and got to play today, and obviously we're seeing one of them in Justice Hansen, the quarterback, and there's a couple of others along with Flowers, Jelani, and Bond.
And they've all made plays. That's the thing. I mean, it's not too big for them. You know, they belong at this level of football, and that's a good thing.
Got to get used to the speed, though, of the game, I think. And this gives them a good chance to do that.
Yeah, and the fact that they're able to make plays while doing that is a very, very positive sign. Looks like a formation issue there.
And that'll back it up. Ball was on about the 23-yard line. They'll back it up 5 on that.
By the way, this Big 12 officials here officiating this spring football game, so that's good for them to get a little early action as well, and for players to get acclimated to the Big 12 officials making the calls.
First down and 15. Whoa. Ball is bobbled. Hansen shows he has some running ability up over the 25, and they're going to mark him down at the 29-yard line. Darius Owens finally pushing him out of bounds.
That's not the type of play you put in the playbook, that's for sure.
No.
But that broken play turned out pretty positively. He made made the best of a tough opportunity right there. The shotgun snap wasn't that bad. He bobbled it around and then, found a little seam on the perimeter and showed enough wheels to get there.
And he's a big guy. When he walked by us the other day, we said, boy, that
good 6'4", legit 6'4", maybe 6'5". Uh-oh, little early from the tight end position. That's going to cost you 5.
And that'll back them up. So they've run 1 play, 2 penalties. As we close in on 9:20 to play here in the 4th and final stanza.
And the pre-snap penalties are what drive the coaches nuts. It's penalties are going to happen in the act of combat. Things are going to happen, but when you beat yourself with a pre-snap penalty and give up real estate, it's valuable. It's bothersome.
Well, Oklahoma last year only about 7 penalties a ball game for about 55 yards a contest. Still way too much if you're a coach. On 2nd down. Left side looking for some running room. Getting some running room is Brooks. Brooks is finally knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Good enough for a first down. Hey, he's been impressive today.
He has 37 yards rushing in the first half. Had a nice big chunk right there. Definitely the leading rusher in the spring game. There's no question about it.
Take a look at it again. Get some nice blocks on that left side. Does a lot himself, though.
And Smallwood again on the perimeter, getting a block that'll take him an extra 5 or 10 yards. He may have stepped out of bounds, and he did. He stepped out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
And that's where they'll put it in play. Hansen swings it out. Dangerous pass is picked off. Orakwu with the ball inside the 5, reaches, and he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Well, Brooks should have made the catch. Brooks bobbled the football. When he bobbled the football, it was opportunity, and it was capitalized on. There's no question about it. That's two interceptions on tip passes. One was tipped by the defense. This one tipped by the offense. That's catchable football. You got to secure it. When you don't, the defense is going to make you pay.
Oh, Gronko, nice job here, but I think when Brooks saw Obo closing in on him, got a little alligator arms there.
Yeah, well, Obo did a nice job of making a play on it and almost taking it in, finalizing it for a defensive score. He gives his team a short field, though, offensively at the 2-yard line. Nice effort right there.
Get a little kudos from Coach Kish on the sideline.
You look at a guy and realize he's 6'1", 243 pounds. Looked pretty good in space there. I mean, he's a very athletic young man. There's no question about it. The linebackers, again, Jerry Schmidt has done a nice job of putting good muscle mass on these guys. They still are able to move in space.
Now Cody Thomas back in at quarterback. For the white team, they lead at 21-13. David Smith behind him. Smith bounces left side, touchdown.
Well, that's twice the offense has been able to capitalize on defensive takeaways off of each interception. The offense has been able to come up with a score, and that's something that you like to do is capitalize on those opportunities.
And they stretch the lead to 27-13 with 8:15 to play here in the 3rd. All set up by the interception by Obo Okoronkwo. And the extra point. And it is good. Oronko coming up with the interception off the hands of Brooks. Takes it down to the 2-yard line. That sets up the touchdown. The 2014 OU Spring Game is brought to you by U.S. Fleet Tracking. Anything that moves, anywhere.
Eric Stryker, linebacker here at the University of Oklahoma. Welcome to the Red Room. This is where we meet for meetings. This is where we come to break down film. On a normal team meeting, this is how Coach Stoops come in. Hey guys, welcome back. Monday. We're gonna break down film for about 30 minutes. Once the team meeting is over and we split for offense and defense, you got this little wall right here. Gotta come all the way down and split the room in half. This is also where Coach Stoops will come and, talk to the media, address the media about the team. Everything here was provided by Adrian Peterson. You guys know him, alumni. So we appreciate that, Adrian Peterson, for this beautiful room, man.
I tell you what, Dave, that is so impressive when you walk in there, and thanks again to Adrian Peterson for donating the money.
Adrian Peterson, Roy Williams, a lot of guys have given back to the school, and again, that starts, I think, with Bob Stoops' example. He's a give-back guy.
Leo Luna has checked into the ball game, number 35, running from that fullback spot. Luna, the freshman out of Matthews, North Carolina, getting his first taste of collegiate action. Talk about a thrill. Not expected really to play in the spring game, and all of a sudden you get a carry. Inside of 7 minutes to play here in the OU spring game. Thomas looking for somebody, and he is going to be knocked down. P.L. Lindley comes up with a stop. Let's check in with Chad on the sideline. Chad.
Thank you, Ron. Dave, I'm with another one of Dave's kind of guys. You notice a lot of offensive linemen. Lane Johnson of the Philadelphia Eagles with us. What's it like for you to come back and watch some of your former teammates?
It feels good. I mean, they have a lot of momentum from that win over Alabama in the Sugar Bowl, so, a lot of energy here. It's good to see a bunch of new faces I ain't never seen and I haven't seen yet, and see some, old friends here.
How important are bragging rights when the Sooners win a Sugar Bowl in that NFL locker room?
It was awesome. We have a bunch of Alabama guys in the locker room, so we're a big underdog coming in. The next day, I made sure I wore all my OU stuff. So,
how important is it to continue to come around and be a part of the family? You got a lot of former teammates and, of course, the coaching staff here at OU.
I think it's just a very special place to be. Got a lot of good people in the NFL now that like to come around and talk to some of the younger guys and just be around some of the guys that have been here for a while and talk to the younger guys.
I think a lot of people would be curious. You made the jump one time from quarterback, tight end, and offensive lineman now in the NFL. Can you sympathize or kind of feel what Blake Bell's going through as he makes that jump?
Well, I think he has either his uncle or his dad played tight end in the NFL. And I think as far as route running, I think he knows, route running concepts because he knows where the holes will be open. And from what I've heard, he's had a very good spring, blocking. It's unfortunate he couldn't play today because of his knee, but I heard good things.
Lane, we look forward to seeing you again coming this fall with the Eagles. Best of luck to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
All right. Very impressive list of alumni here today.
I love it, Chad. You're right on. Started as a quarterback. I can't say that I started as a quarterback. No. Never did start at that position, but...
Well, how this day started was the Sugar Bowl trophy in the middle of the field, and they actually brought it out on Thursday. And a lot of the students had a chance to come to practice and hear Coach Stoops talk and meet some of the players and get pictures taken with the trophy. And they started out showing the fans here today what they won by beating Alabama.
That was definitely a validation of the 2013 football team, and Sooner fans went crazy.
I think a lot of people around the country went crazy over that because Oklahoma, you and I were talking at the beginning of the year that not much was said about Oklahoma, and that was probably the first time since you and I started in the Big 12 in '96 that Oklahoma wasn't mentioned when it came to contenders for the title.
Well, the thing that is amazing to me is the country basically after they lost the game to Baylor, counted them as dead. And then they go to Kansas State and win an important football game and get on a roll. And it was an incredible turnaround that people never anticipated.
And Bob joins us again. And Bob, you and I were talking on yesterday about how the backs were against the wall. After that Baylor game, you knew you had to play better. You adjusted better in that game. You even lost a couple of players in that Baylor game that hurt, but your team bounced back. How proud were you of the way they bounced back against Kansas State?
Well, it's very pleasing anytime your players show that kind of resilience and never give up, and regardless of what anybody says, stick to what we're doing, trust ourselves, and continue to play hard.
Another interception for your defense coach, Aaron Franklin, coming up with the interception. And I think your defensive backs have done some good things today, even your linebackers.
Yeah, I think our coverage has really been, for the most part, pretty good. We've gotten some pretty good pressure in some areas, and yeah, it's good to see these guys flying, making plays on the ball when they get their chance.
Bob, this will probably be the last time we talk to you in this ball game. We want to thank you so much for being part and putting a microphone on and giving us some insight on this, and we wish you the very best in the 2014 season.
Well, I sure appreciate it, Ron. Dave, you guys are great professionals, and it's always great to work with you. Thank you.
Congratulations on being the winningest coach in Oklahoma history, and many, many more successes.
All right, last back to action. We're in the final 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And Reuben Hunter getting a lot of playing time in the middle, that middle linebacker spot. The sophomore out of Putnam City North High School, an outstanding school in Oklahoma City. Well, good look at Daniel Brooks, and I think if there's an offense, you look at players that have really stood out in this game. I think Brooks, he's one of the top three we've seen today.
And Brooks is one of these prototypical backs now at 5'8". It's hard to find him. Get him in there behind those offensive linemen, and he hides. And all of a sudden he springs on you, and he's done a good job running between the tackles, hiding behind those big body guys.
Pass incomplete. Intended for Cody Chancellor. Off his hands. Final 153.
Taking a look at Taylor McNamara there a little bit. 88, 2 touchdown passes on the day.
Yeah.
He stepped up and made some plays at the tight end position.
Well, let's talk about quarterbacks, though, because we had the question coming in. Thomas and Hansen. Has anybody stood out to you today?
I think they both played well, but Hansen in the first half was, really good. 3 for 4, 47 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown pass he threw, feathery touch, and he hit a perfect spot. I think they're going to be fine now. The fact is they haven't taken any snaps and live snaps in a regular season college football game, but pretty good athletes. I mean, obviously something to work with for sure.
And you take a look at the numbers today. Baker Mayfield, 8 for 8, 92 yards, a couple of touchdowns.
Unfortunately, he won't be able to go this year. If he were eligible, he'd be the backup quarterback, but he's not.
And that's the way the spring game's going to end. So the White wins at the final, 28-13. Coach Bob Stoops and company, they had a lot of questions coming in, and a lot of the questions probably were answered. But, of course, one of the highlights of the 2013 season, along with the Sugar Bowl win, was Bob Stoops becoming the all-time winningest coach in Oklahoma history. And after the game, athletic director Joe Castiglione paid honor to that.
Well, today, we want to all join in congratulating Bob Stoops on becoming the winningest football coach in Oklahoma history.
And what about Joe Castiglione? You talk about an athletic director that's had unbelievable success with his athletic department, and a visionary, an idea guy. Joe Castiglione is the man.
And he hires, of course, Bob Stoops. And want to say a special thanks to Joe and the entire athletic department for giving Sooner Vision the equipment to not only do this spring game, but also to do not only tennis yesterday, baseball at the same time. They've got tennis, they've got baseball, they've got football. Joe, thanks for getting the funds for Sooner Vision. Dave and I have been in the business an awful long time, and this is an incredible facility with some very talented people here.
Yeah, it's a home run. It's a win-win-win situation for everybody involved, and congratulations for the entire nation, Sooner Nation, putting on a great spring game today.
Well, that's going to wrap up the OU spring game in front of a record crowd of over 43,000. The White wins it, and it was an impressive time at that. Want to remind those of you on Fox Sports Oklahoma, you can stay with us because we'll be bringing you Oklahoma tennis as they take on the men from Baylor. For Dave Lapham and our entire crew in Norman, Oklahoma, I'm Ron Thulin. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the fall football season 2014, just over 4 months ahead.